Find out what could happen to you. Disasters that may affect your family are natural, winter storm, wildland fire, earthquake, cold or heat wave, human, bomb threat, fire, utility failures, hazardous materials, technological, structural failures, transportation failures, terrorism, pandemic influenza. 2. Create a disaster plan. Meet with your family and discuss why you need to prepare for a disaster. Explain the dangers of fire, severe weather, and earthquakes to children. Plan to share responsibilities and work together as a team. Discuss the types of disasters that are most likely to happen. Explain what to do in each case. Pick 2 places to meet. One right outside your home in case a sudden emergency like a fire, and the second outside your neighborhood in case you can't return home. Everyone must know the address and phone number. Ask an out-of-state friend or relative to be your family contact. After disaster, it is often easier to call long distance. Other family members should call this person and tell them where they are. Everyone must know your contact phone number. Discuss what to do in an evacuation. Plan how to take care of your pets. 3. Complete this checklist. Post emergency telephone numbers by phones, fire, police, ambulance, etc. Teach children how and when to call 911 or your local emergency medical services number for emergency help. Show each family member how and when to turn off the water, gas, and electricity at the main switches. Check if you have adequate insurance coverage. Teach each family member how to use the fire extinguisher and show them where it is kept. Install smoke detectors on each level of your home, especially near bedrooms. Conduct a home hazard hunt. Stock emergency supplies and assemble a disaster supplies kit. Take a Red Cross first aid and CPR class. Determine the best escape routes for your home. Find 2 ways out of each room. Find the safe spots in your home for each type of disaster. 4. Practice and maintain your plan. Quiz your kids every 6 months so they remember what to do. Conduct fire and emergency evacuation drills. Replace stored water every 3 months and stored food every 6 months. Test and recharge your fire extinguishers according to the manufacturer's instructions. Test your smoke detectors monthly and change the batteries at least once a year. Every 6 months is even better.
Your Family Disaster Supplies Kit, 3-day kit. Disasters happen anytime and anywhere, and when disaster strikes, you may not have much time to respond. A highway spill or hazardous materials incident could mean evacuation. A winter storm could confine your family at home. An earthquake, flood, tornado, or any other disaster could cut water, electricity, and telephones for days. After a disaster, Local officials and relief workers will be on the scene, but they cannot reach everyone immediately. You could get help in hours, or it may take days. Would your family be prepared to cope with the emergency until help arrives? Your family will cope best by preparing for disaster before it strikes. One way to prepare is by assembling a disaster supplies kit. Once disaster hits, you won't have time to shop or search for supplies. But if you've gathered supplies in advance, your family can endure an evacuation or home confinement. Prepare your kit. Review the checklist below. Gather the supplies that are listed. You may need them if your family is confined at home. Place the supplies you'll most likely need for an evacuation in an easy-to-carry container. There are 6 basics you should stock for your home: water, food, first aid supplies, clothing and bedding, tools and emergency supplies, and special items. Your kit should be prepared for an extended time period for up to 7 days, but the minimum is a 3-day kit. Possible containers include a large covered trash container, a camping backpack, a duffel bag. Assemble your kit in sections so the process does not seem overwhelming. Water. Store water in plastic containers such as soft drink bottles. Avoid using containers that will decompose or break, such as milk cartons or glass bottles. A normally active person needs to drink at least 2 quarts of water each day. Hot environments and intense physical activity can double that amount. Children, nursing mothers, and ill people will need more. Store 1 gallon of water per person per day. Keep at least a 3-day supply of water per person. 2 quarts for drinking, 2 quarts for each person in your household for food preparation and sanitation. Don't forget water for your pets. Treat all water, if unsure of its purity, before using it for drinking, food preparation, or hygiene. Before treating, let any suspected particles settle to the bottom or strain through layers of paper towels or cloth. Water can be safely treated by boiling for 10 to 12 minutes or adding 6 to 10 drops of bleach per gallon of water. Don't use color-safe bleach. More bleach is not better. Too much can make you ill. Rotate your water storage every 6 months. Food. Store at least a 3-day supply of non-perishable food. Select foods that require no refrigeration, preparation, or cooking, and little or no water. If you must heat food, pack a can of sterno or a backpacking stove. Select food items that are compact and lightweight. Include a selection of these following foods in your disaster supplies kit: ready-to-eat canned meats, fruits, and vegetables, canned juices, milk, soup. If powdered, store extra water. Staples: sugar, salt, pepper. High-energy foods: peanut butter, jelly, crackers, granola bars, and trail mix. Vitamins. Food for infants or elderly persons or persons on special diets. Comfort or stress foods. Cookies, hard candy, sweetened cereals, and instant coffee. Disposable utensils, utility knife, can opener.
First aid kit. Assemble a first aid kit for your home and one for each car. A first aid kit should include sterile adhesive bandages in assorted sizes, 2-inch sterile gauze pads, 4 to 6, 4-inch sterile gauze pads, 4 to 6, hypoallergenic adhesive tape, 40-inch triangular bandages, 3 rolls, 2-inch sterile roller bandages, 3 rolls, 3-inch sterile roller bandages, 3 rolls, scissors and tweezers, EpiPen if allergic to bee stings, sewing needles, moistened towelette, wet wipes, antiseptic soap, antiseptic solution, iodine compounds, Neosporin, thermometer, tongue depressors, 2, tube of petroleum jelly, Vaseline or lubricant, safety pins in assorted sizes, cleaning agent, soap, latex gloves, 2 pairs, sunscreen, insect repellent, Caladryl or generic equivalent, first aid manual, rubbing alcohol, cotton balls, heavy string, prescription medications, splinting material, non-prescription drugs, aspirin or non-aspirin pain reliever, anti-diarrhea medication, antacid for stomach upset, laxative, activated charcoal. Use if advised by the Poison Control Center. Tools and supplies. Mess kits or paper cups, plates, and plastic utensils. Emergency Preparedness Manual. Battery-operated radio and extra batteries, or solar-powered hand crank radio. Flashlight and extra batteries. Cash or traveler's checks. Change. Non-electric can opener. Utility knife. Fire extinguisher. Small canister. ABC type. Tent. Pliers. Tape. Duct tape. Compass. Matches in a waterproof container. Aluminum foil. Plastic storage containers. Signal flare. Paper, pencil. Needles, thread. Medicine dropper. Shut-off wrench to turn off household gas and water. Whistle. Plastic sheeting. Extra set of car and house keys. Map of the area for locating shelters. Many injuries are not life-threatening and do not require immediate medical attention. Knowing how to treat minor injuries can make a difference in an emergency. Consider taking a first aid class, but simply having the following things can help you stop bleeding, prevent infection, and assist in decontamination. Sanitation. Toilet paper, towelettes, soap, liquid detergent, feminine supplies, personal hygiene items, plastic garbage bags, ties for personal sanitation use, plastic bucket with tight lid, disinfectant and household chlorine. Clothing and bedding. Include at least one complete change of clothing and footwear per person. Sturdy shoes or work boots. Rain gear. Blankets or sleeping bags. Hat and gloves, and thermal underwear. Sunglasses. Special items. Remember family members with special requirements, such as infants and elderly or disabled persons. For baby, formula, diapers, bottles and powdered milk, medications. For adults, heart and high blood pressure medication, insulin, prescription drugs, denture needs, contact lenses and supplies, extra eyeglasses. For pets, medications for heartworm, flea prevention, etc., medical and registration records, sturdy leashes, harnesses, carriers big enough to stand and turn in, pet beds, toys, litter and litter pan and or doggy do bags or plastic gloves, current photos of pets, food and drinkable water for 3 days and feeding schedule information, bowls and can opener, medical conditions, behavior problems, veterinarian's information. Entertainment, games and books, important family documents. Keep these records in waterproof portable container, such as will, insurance policies, contracts, deeds, stocks, and bonds, passports, Social Security cards, immunization records, bank account numbers, credit card account numbers, and companies. Inventory of valuable household goods. Important telephone numbers. Family records, birth, marriage, death certificates. Recent family photos for identification. Important reminders. Store your kit in a convenient place known to all family members. Keep a smaller version of the disaster supplies kit in the trunk of your car. Keep items in an airtight plastic bag. Change your stored water supply every 6 months so it stays fresh. Replace your stored food every 6 months. Rethink your kit and family needs at least once a year. Replace batteries, update clothes, etc. Ask your physician or pharmacist about storing prescription medications.